So we're just looking now at all the different points of these games, what you could have done better, what the weaknesses were, where the just general play mistakes were in this grand finals between Meh and ExDee.
Okay, so Darth 50s. Okay, yeah, pause now. Okay, like there. So here's already like a big mistake. Gareth gets the boost like in the corner, which is so Snow gets boost in the corner, which is really good. This stops their pressure completely. Darth gets a 50. It bounces here, where Darth's car is now. But the big mistake is now because they have no pressure, we have time. We can do what we want. But if you look, Words is far back. Happy Meal's like probably lowish boost or so. Empty's there, and Gareth plays it behind me. Like this is just a panic touch. This is just bad. Um,
If he had
and I
actually
mean,
cleared it up the field instead, so that you could get a second touch or just take the controlled shots.
look at that. And Happy Meal flips. Like that's such a big mistake because once he's flipped, he's committed. So if he played it into their corner, there was an open goal for us straight off the bat.
That's a good touch. But there, it seems like you guys had all the pressure in the world, but you and Darth ended up at the same point, trying to like get
Um,
out instead of one person at least challenging the ball. Because you guys definitely play better when you're in control of the ball. I think everyone does, obviously.
I mean, for the most part, it's just like whoever's doing good on the day, I think. Um, But yeah, I mean, you can just see like the whole defense is like super disorganized right now. Like I should probably be backboard right now, then it would have been an easy save. But now Gareth has to turn around jump. I mean, it's a good clear by Darth.
Because that's what I saw most teams, and that's what teams all the way up to like Champ 2 do wrong, is they just don't clear the pressure out. And that's what you guys have felt have always done well in the scene, is you just build pressure well and work off it with each other and just keep that pressure, keep making good decisions instead of like some players rely on one big flashy play or big dunk or something like that, a risky play that pays off.
Yeah, I mean, it always gets easier if you manage to starve them, right? Then they can't actually play defense properly. So, I mean, this is a good move by Darth going on the backboard. So, this should be a goal. Yeah, as soon as they've hit it away like that, like that's a really big mistake. Like how they cleared that. If you just look again, like yeah, so yeah, free possession. And oh, this is the game where we're to DC, so I mean maybe you don't want to watch it.
We'll see as much as we can here. So there, MT pushes it out. This should be their chance to carry on going with it, but he misses it there and forces Werty to come forwards, and it means that you guys are now on the offensive, and Happy Meal is pretty much left alone at the back. Has to try and jump for it, and maybe could have pushed it towards the side, but after that jump from Happy Meal, they pretty much were always going to be taking the hits.
They I mean they also acknowledge that there was that goal was happening regardless of the DC or not. I mean they know that, and
It's a good bump from MT there.
Yes, we stay in South Africa, so they can't. I mean, what can you do? The power goes out. Goes up.
All right. So this is now game 2. You guys have just won. There was a DC.
Okay, this is something we've been looking and doing. So if you go to the kickoff, so we just make Darth win, and I'm going to try and just demo their second guy or someone, and then we get free boost. And now they don't have a player, and we can immediately apply pressure. I mean, they got a really good clear though, so it's like turned it back, but we're not in danger because we have lots of boost.
So the demo is actually the heads-up play, not the kickoff follow-up.
Over sometimes it depends. I mean, we mix it up. Like that specific play there, we win for demo.
Nice.
So I mean, sometimes even if they win the kickoff, if you kill their cheater, they can't score. So you basically just alleviate the pressure with the thing. So, I mean, they just whiff this. It's really hard to defend when you don't know what they're doing. So I mean, Gareth's showing good patience, and this is really important when you play South African teams, because very often a lot of the stuff they do is not actually dangerous. Like you don't have to pre-jump and worry. Is it good clear? I should be here in the corner. Okay. It was a little off. Okay, so I'll take back post, it's normal. There's a good rotation from Darth. Okay, so stop here. So, in my opinion now, I mean this can vary, but because I was on the wall, like just a little fraction back, like you'll see I'm on the wall so that Darth doesn't have to jump for this, okay? Because what's gonna happen now is even if this wasn't dangerous and he jumps, he expends boost and it's gonna compromise his position. So this is like super bad because now we both committed, we both jumped, and now how we hit the ball is way more volatile. Um, so yeah, this is just like lack of
And I
communication.
mean, Snowy's not even in a good position to now follow up and make another save behind there. He's still got to rotate, and he's not in the goals or ready on the backboard to make another clear or something like that. It's just
He's okay. He's on his way back, right? Because he's deliberately done a long rotation. So you'll see he's just trying to be patient. You see, you know why he's sitting here. Okay, this is actually very good. Gareth is sitting here because a good team will pass out. They won't take it over the net like this and drop it in front of the goal line. Like that's our old, if you remember way back in the day, our diamond three move or whatever. Like this
yeah,
is how you score. You dribble it to the corner, you just drive it on the wall and drop it, right?
yeah.
Now they will hit it out. Like actually, Happy Meal's too close. That's a mistake from him. But Werty should hit it out way further back, like even behind like Gareth. Okay, and that's why Gareth is doing a slow rotation so that he can cut that out. So I've got the backboard. Darth's got the net, like as the the last stop, and Gareth will cut out the infield pass. So Darth doesn't have to dive for that if he doesn't have to. So just if we get beaten, Darth is the safety stop. Um, so that's why this is such a big mistake because we both commit and now safety stop's gone, right? Now Gareth has to take over that, which
And
he
there he
does, you
has to do
see.
a back forth in the goals and then dives out early. Like this should have actually been. That's a good rotational play backwards from you though to be
Yeah.
able to clear that, and that's where
That's
you
it.
guys are able to save it.
Yeah, that's exactly what Gareth was basically prepping for, right? Just now. Like the exact thing I just did now. Like just so sometimes it's way easier. You know, a pro team that does this so well is NRG. They always do that. It's just a good shot.
Darth
A
going
bit back.
backwards there.
No, you just push down a little too soon. I think Happy Meal Pete go back. Let's just see what happens there. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with this. Oh, Gareth's a little too. And I might have rotated bad here because I don't know why I'm not part of this play yet.
Because there is where you come in. Like Darth didn't have a lot to do from this corner. Like he shouldn't have let it come back this far, but he chips it up nicely and Happy Meal's just there very, very quickly, reads it off the roof and gets a double touch.
Yeah.
Like there are goals that are just a good play.
Yeah, no, that was a good play. I mean, you'll see specifically in the next game, in their game 3, they genuinely played well. Like, we can't take that from them. Like, that game, they actually played really well. And that goal also, there's not much we can do. I mean, he just peaked. But if Gareth is actually a little more patient for their net, he saves that last goal. I mean, I'm trying. So here I remember distinctly, we were playing and Gareth called infield, and then I saw the guy was behind him, so I had to change the shot instead of passing. And I was just lucky that I hit on the back of his car and he scored it. But I was trying to shoot in net on a last second decision. Jesus, I can send to none. Okay, this isn't bad. Oh, should be there. I should be back already. Getting double commit, and a really bad one at that. Now me and Gareth have bumped because we both committed and we're both trying to rotate.
That's not a
up and
great
down.
clear.
No, this is fine. Honestly, they can't really do anything. Go back and look at it. If you go, so I mean, he's 50'd it, right? But look how high it is. Good luck getting power on that. Like,
To me, though,
because
that someone like Happy Meal is too far up here. Like the fact that he's looking for that pop out of the corner. If it goes towards the center, he's not able to go for it. It should be Werty who's able to come through across the field and be able to get the power on this. Because this stays up for a long time. Snowy's not in the... Snowy's just turning in the goals. Darth is going for boost. Werty actually has all the time in the world to get up quickly for a very high power shot here. And so that's why this worries me. Is just that this ball out here, Snowy's busy rotating back. It's a high shot in front of your goals, and Werty actually slows down and then eventually tries to catch it and dribble it over the top. If he had gone for that from the beginning, that could have been a power shot. That's
but it's from so far out. That's why it's not dangerous. It's from halfway. I mean, unless he hits it like 124, which is not going to happen driving in a straight line. Like it's not going to happen. He's not going to score. Again, I mean, like we're not worried. Like our mechanics can save that. It's not a dangerous situation. And in a lot of these situations, you must remember that the defender doesn't have to win or hit it amazing necessarily. Like all he has to do is be in the way, where the shooter has to aim it perfect. And that ball, if you actually looked where it was almost halfway. So that's why we don't think it's not dangerous. If that was in the little box, yes, it's dangerous. Because you can't, but you can reactionary save anything from like halfway, almost.
Now this is where your team does well, is that you make maximum efficiency out of every one of your plays. So when someone tries to hit the ball towards your opponent, you'll pull out 2 players at least on your challenges, and then you can just start overlapping it as they start getting into some rotational play. Like this has just been one long play of possession.
I mean, there was like a really blatant mistake. Like if you just go back, you'll see. First of all, even before this, there's been a mistake because my rotation, I was not there. Like we went for the wrong kind of pass. But now here is, let's just see where we are quickly. Okay, that's fine. So I need to cut in now already, like a short one. But this has to be a goal. I mean, this, exactly what you're saying just now, this is the situation you need to fucking worry about, not halfway. Look, exactly what you're saying. Darth comes from behind, generates a lot of power, and look where it is. It's like just outside their little box. This you have to like you can't. This is exactly what you were concerned about. This is where you need to be concerned about it, not when it's halfway. So, no, I mean, oh my god, that was a terrible 50 for me. I mean, yeah, also,
It's a nice
like, yeah, I just, oh, he tried to do Happy Meals move back to him. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He hit it into the roof and went, oh, they clapped. Oh.
That was a solid play, actually.
If you just go back, like, I think like 3 presses or something. Yeah, so I do a bad 50 here. So, I don't know. Like, this team, okay, you can pause now. Right now. Yeah. So this team, for some reason, we just default to this like 2's positioning, which is kind of annoying. Because this positioning that we're in now almost forces it that I can't play. Because Snow's number 1. So obviously he's going to play wherever the ball is, okay? So he's going to be on the wing. And I mean, you've heard this a million times, that V formation, right? But now Darth has filled in as the 3rd man. So where does that leave me? I cannot push up to like where Werty is or like midfield there, because as soon as a ball goes past Darth, we like stuffed, right? So generally, like this, what I'm trying to say is this positioning is like completely wrong. I want Darth to be in the center and me to be here, but like a bit behind Darth.
So one player right here in the center waiting for the ball to pop out, and another player in the back corner back here.
3rd man, yeah. Yes, exactly. And then what happens is when this ball bounces out like this, I can chase it, and then Darth just loops. So he can take over the net, so he can cover the net. But yeah, I mean, sometimes we make it like obviously now this case like it worked, like, but it's not the high percentage play. Like
Mm.
throughout the game, a lot of why we're not there for passes and stuff is because we're not in the right positions. So,
Yeah, things that
um,
don't even look like opportunities could have been a pretty simple goal if you were just in the right place. Everyone's like, oh, it's a loose ball, but don't worry, no one's there. Why isn't anyone there?
yeah, yeah, exactly. So you see, this has just gone really awkward. But Gareth does a really good touch here, and then Darth does one back to me, and then I mean he's finished. He's so flat-footed, he can't do anything in this position. Like he
Very,
can't.
very few players can deal with the ball going back and forth their screens 4 times before it actually comes towards them in the goals. Most people are so trigger happy that they see it after the first or even second touch and they just go full speed at the ball.
Yeah. And it's quite interesting because I actually couldn't shoot that ball at all. Like they
Mm.
had the net covered so well. So when I pass it down, because empty pre-jumped it, like he actually did. Oh, let's go back. This side. Let's look. This should never happen, I feel. So, okay. That's okay. Not so good right now. We're gonna double commit, aren't we? Yeah. There we go.
So I
Okay.
want to see, like, could this ball not have rolled around? Like, did Snowy have to take this intercept touch? Because Darth has done the right thing there, has knocked it out. But yeah, Empty was
No,
on that, I guess.
yeah, he must take that. But
Yeah,
here's where the problem happens. He just,
he
you know
pinches
what
it
happened?
off Snowy.
No, yeah, I mean, it's a fucking, he won the lottery. There you go. I mean, Snow cleared it and he just did it perfect. I mean, what you gonna do?
Because
Uh,
did he even have a shot from this corner though? Where he
no, but
pinches it.
it's the pass we worried about.
This one.
Because,
Right. Happy
yes,
Meal's
going
waiting
back to
there.
Happy Meal, yeah. So, you see, that's why I rush forward, because
Mm.
I didn't think Garrett's gonna get it, so I need to close down the angle on Happy Meal. And that's what destroys us because it dunks behind and then it's just a free goal. So either I be more patient or we just clear it better. But I mean, that one we can't really do anything about it. It's just lucky. I mean, it's just ridiculous what you're gonna do, really.
Fair enough. But that's what the difference is between 4 goals and 2 goals. Like, most teams can pull out a goal in a match
Yeah.
most of the time if you get
I
something
mean,
more clever.
I'm sure we also got lucky, like in a bunch
Yeah.
of stuff. I mean, look, the one thing I got, me hitting into Wertzy's
Yeah.
backside and he just scoring that. This is game three. I think this is the one where they played genuinely good. Like it was so hard. They were so hard to find like severe mistakes from us. Like they just played well. Okay, needs to be a goal. I mean,
I mean, how much is that really, though?
it
Like, how
is
much did
because
he have on
he
it?
do, he doesn't have to shoot this now.
Did
I
Wurty not
mean,
get a touch there, though, that threw this
maybe.
off?
No, let's see. Does he have to shoot? Okay, no, Wertzy is there. He does. Okay, never mind. Yeah.
Okay. Snow's pushing up aggressively there, but
That's
you're
fine.
not.
I'm back already.
I just mean that even if he got a 50 out of it, you weren't there to follow anything up, though. And so it kind
No.
of turns around to be like, just follow my logic
Mhm.
here. If he doesn't commit for this, or if he commits for this and they win it, like that ball, both of them are now completely out of position for any sort of follow up there. So he's going
Yeah.
for a very much a 50-50 shot in that corner, and they've got both people back. Like, let's be fair, any 50-50, Happy Meal or MT is going to have this way before you do from that side.
Um,
So now
you're
they've
right.
turned it into a 3v1 against you, though, on the defense.
You're right, but I mean, if you look a little earlier, you'll see where that actual problem happens. So, watch this. Okay, so, okay, I have a challenge. So now it's Dart's gonna take it. He's got a free ball. Gareth recognizes there's a free ball, and he knows he has a free ball again. That's why he's pushing up. But Darth misses the free ball. That's why now we fucked. Because what's supposed to happen here is Darth's probably supposed to hit it backboard, right? So
From
it
here,
shouldn't be. No, yeah, next one. Watch the wall. Darth's definitely
there.
got this again. Werty cannot do anything necessary, nothing dangerous if it's shot to the backboard. That's why Garrett's pushing up so
Okay.
far. And if they do a big clear, that's why I'm so far back. Then I'll buy time or whatever. It's so I mean he's done the right thing. It's just but what you said is 100% correct. If Darth doesn't have a free ball,
Right. If he can't get it
uh,
off the wall like that, then
yeah,
challenging that far.
exactly. But you have to. I mean, uh, you know, what we see and what we read is different to necessarily what, you know, we can tell that it's a free ball and this is what should, I mean, we see kind of what we expect it's going to happens before, you know, we position for that outcome.
Yeah.
Let's just go back and look at their goal. Yeah, I mean, it was, I think it was I don't know if this was a really good one, but they had
I feel like they
some
just
really
took
good.
advantage of the push forward from you guys there. And remember I said it turns
Whiff.
into a 1v3? So this is the Darth play that goes up and he gets it off the wall, or he tries to get it off the wall, which is a good play. Offensive opportunity there. Wurty hits it back. Happy Meal's going to take this now, and he's going to boot it all the way down, and you have now pushed up for the challenge in the middle because you know that if you sit in the goals there, it becomes a 3-on-1. So you try to do it a little bit too early. Darth doesn't clear it out there, and then it just becomes a backboard pass into the back
But
of the
it's
goal.
a shit. It's really bad for me. Like, once it's hit there, I don't have to commit. I can fake challenge because it's hitting the wall, so I get 2 chances, actually. On the clear of Happy Meal, right? That happened before this. I didn't have to jump for this. I could fake challenge. So there's the one. I've made him hit it, and I could have been more present in the defense now. I mean, we've got enough time. Like, you see how we back. We just haven't set up. So literally, if you just shave off that 2-3 seconds of me jumping up to the wall, our defense might be set instead of being such a mess there.
Again, we were chatting about that at the beginning, though, that it's not necessarily that 1-2 second play. That 1-2 second play is the difference between them taking an advantage and make it into a goal. Like, once you've given them the advantage and they start playing with it more and more, though, like, that was one piece of the puzzle that didn't go right.
But yeah, you saw with the initial error starts, right? Where it just starts going wrong. I mean, he shouldn't have missed the free ball on the wall.
Yeah.
And someone of Dart's caliber, like, in terms of mechanics and stuff, he doesn't miss that stuff. Like, he does. So that's why I say, like, we play really bad because, I mean, you can literally bet like big money on 9 times out of 10 he's hitting that. So. Oh, I thought Gareth was mid. You see, because the formation is wrong again. It would have been so good. It was a free goal for us.
There's another opportunity of it just hanging in front of the goals. Now Gareth should have this up. Darth does get the touch. Works, he clears.
Position good. Oh, you see another missed touch from me. It's not good. Okay. Yeah, no one's on the backboard. That's really dangerous. I mean, we've done good, but it's just something to note. Like, you always want someone on the back. Like, you don't want, you know, 2 just sitting flat-footed. Like, someone on the backboard really helps.
That's a good opportunity there. Happy Meal does well to get up high on the backboard there. Otherwise,
Yeah,
that's
exactly. He single-handedly just stopped the offense by going preemptively on the wall. It's really good.
because it's not just your team that we're looking at here, Pirates XD. We're also looking at Meh, who they actually took this game and they took it to a game 5, and so.
This is the one game they play really well.
This gets a little bit scrappy though, I think. Like, this is a nice clear to the corner by you, buys your team some time, gives Darth time to rotate. Now Darth has all the time in the world to take.
Should have been a goal.
That was a very aggressive touch from Darth there. As he got control here, this should have slowed down completely, and he should have been looking to get everyone on your team back set. Like, Snowy's ahead of him. He's got to be getting that time to rotate, and then.
I mean, we should have just scored. Honestly, we demoed the last guy. We had like 3 seconds of literally open net. It's just a heavy tie. Like, this is just a minor mistake, but with like big consequences. I mean, this is a free goal. Look, like this. It really is. All he has to do is hit it like not to the wall. Like, hit it sort of central and forward, and Gareth could have got there and scored it. Or he could have just shot it. I mean, one's players shoot this all the time. With one touch, and then he can shoot it. So.
And then we're just able to turn it around. And this is a nice build-up play from you guys, though, from what I remember.
I've hit it too hard. It could have been really good, also. You see, another little mistake. I should have not. I should have hit it more accurate. Just gotta open that. It's good by word too. Happy Meal, that's really good. I mean, we don't like also because they were playing really well. It's so hard for us to judge because what they normally do would very good save by MT. What they normally do, they doing better than they normally do. Like I wouldn't expect them necessarily to always hit like a double touch off the wall like for a clear. And I mean they were really playing good like this game.
It's a heavy touch from Happy Meal there. Ooh, that's a nice pinch. But if you look at all the defense coming out here from Mare, it's always to the corners. It's always nice and high. Like they actually didn't allow you guys too many follow-up shots in this match. I don't know what the actual scoreline shows eventually, but it's 6 shots by you, 6 by them. So
they win 2-0 this game. But I mean, you see, we should have had 2 goals ourselves, or at least 1 goal for sure.
Yeah.
And that swings the game completely.
Especially at this 1-0 with a minute left, changes your whole mentality.
I think in this game, Werty literally does the perfect shot. I'll show it to you. I'm pretty sure it's this game.
Wasn't that one?
No, it's not that one. It's bad position. It's not this game though. I mean, Darth just had bad positioning. He was like, look, his car faces their net, but he's standing not in our net. Like this is just.
This is a typical thing that people do wrong. Is you got to defend from within your own net, like just behind the back line. If you're last man back on a corner like this, it covers all the angles. It covers the cross capabilities. If you're outside of your net, you end up just going.
I think he just wanted to catch it though. Then it's like fine, but he makes a misplay. Like if he just soft touches it or something and keeps it close, like he buys time. He can actually clear it. Like there's lots of stuff he can do, but that, I mean, it's just a mistake. I mean, maybe not necessarily his positioning. Like I said in the beginning, like I said, oh, he's in the wrong place. Maybe not necessarily in the wrong positioning, but he's definitely made a mistake with what he's trying to do.
If you're going to be in a slightly more risky position, you've got to actually execute it properly. Otherwise, you end up paying for it quite a lot. Okay, so that is game 3. Then you guys lose 1-4. This is a big one.
Yeah, but I mean, if anything came through these games, honestly, like not once did someone on our team rage or like get depressed or anything. We were just like, oh well, we just take it to game 5 again, and then and if you look at every single game 5, we literally slaughtered everyone in game 5. Like you'll see, like I don't know if it was this one or the first one, the first game 5 against these guys, but we literally just smashed them. Like they get too excited or whatever, and that's when they like. Stop making big mistakes.
Well, we must look at that in the next one, because after this we go to the game 5 and that replay, and we see just what the difference is in the tempo of your guys' game and how the opponents react. Because I agree with you, like that was not close. This is a nice touchdown. Happy Meal does well to read that. And Darth, a little bit aggressive there, means that he's kind of out of the play there completely. But I don't think anyone can read that sort of play down from Happy Meal. He was in a good position for what should have happened. This is a nice chance for you to actually play it into the wall here. Is when all 3 of them are back, you don't take the shot. You push it for a pass, like even into their corner.
Yeah, I can pass this probably, but because of my angle, to get a hard pass, it's going to probably bounce into the wall. Like then the guy who wants to shoot is not going to be able to shoot.
Yeah, but I'm saying you push this hard into the backboard here. Even if you just aim at that little corner to get like an obscure bounce or something like that. So Snowy hits it here, you see empty in the goals, you push it into the side, it pops up high into this sort of position.
Where's Darth in that situation? That's what we need to look at, because it might have been communicated that he's not here.
So Darth is there on the side wall. Okay, he's busy rotating back. See, if Darth was facing forward here, that would have been the path.
He probably has no boost. You can go check his boost. He probably has nothing. That's why we shoot it. Yeah, look here. Yeah, it is. There you go. 0. Okay. There's no way. So
this is the play now from Darth's perspective, where Darth is trying to go forward, doesn't have the boost.
Now the bush is not spawning, you see. So I can't. The problem with passing that is it's just a free ball for them. That's yeah. It's just. And remember, I mean, now it's long. I can't really remember. We can't remember what was happening exactly, but I'm pretty sure it would have been communicated, for sure.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm all the way back or something. That's why.
This should have been a free goal. But like, it's again a difficult mechanic to pull off. Just those clean shots and aerial quickly.
Oh, the pass one could have maybe been a bit better also. The initial one. It looked very hard, so the guy just like had to reactionary jump and just launches. He doesn't really have control of what he can do.
It's a nice rotation here where you guys are staying in their half, building up the pressure, but kind of prevent them from getting any good clears. And that's when a weird pinch like that can turn into a goal or a really good pass or something like that very quickly.
You'll see a lot of games that we had, like they would literally have like 2 shots, 2 goals. Like that's a sure sign of, oh, we made one little mistake in a very heavy offensive rotation, and they get a goal off it.
It's a double commit from there. Pass out, happy build as well.
I mean, even something like this, it's just like if the clear's in a different place, it's much better for us.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do?
No, you can sit and analyze this for as long as you want, but
Makes an amazing last second save and it just hits the other player in. I mean, we had a lot of stuff like this happening. Like, I don't know. I mean, there was one where I literally just backflip. Look, again, go. It's just like a ridiculous 15. I like
it. Darth does first. Snowy doesn't even commit for that. And
but
then the 50.
he literally flicked it so bad. Like, that's the problem. I 100% guarantee you, he wasn't trying to flick it bad so he can 50 it or whatever. And then it just lands there, and then it's just like, you know, a mistake has ended up being good in that scenario.
And you get lucky with this one. So.
Lucky? I'll put that top left.
Okay, yeah. Wooty nearly got that, to be fair.
That guy likes saving it off the post. Holy shit, he got so many flipping off the post saves. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like, it's sometimes so hard to read as a attacker. Like, where's it going next? It's not just coming straight out or something. It doesn't always. It's like, yeah, look at this. This is so bad. We all literally bunched up each other's backsides. Yeah.
So like this could have actually been a lot worse. This could have come the whole way down the field and into your own goals.
Look where Darth is, okay, and look where Snow is. So, like, our game book or our game plan is just a little forward, like 3 seconds. Yeah. So our gameplay, like our book says, okay, Darth is second man, Snow is third man. So Snow should probably be a little blown back. Okay. Darth is in the perfect position. Okay. So now play.
And this seems to be going out a little bit better. Snow's not facing the right direction, but he's got the time to turn still.
Yeah, but he has to slow down, remember, because he was so close.
Yeah.
So now he's trying to make that gap, you know? But now look where that problem comes. Who do you think this ball would be going to? To our third player, right? Because they're going to clear it behind me, and that's why our third player's position where he is, so he can come and pick up. But now our second player cuts in. If we pass now, who's going to score?
Yeah. Darth shouldn't have come forward for this. This wasn't a shot or anything like this. This was...
Yeah, this is 100%. So he should just rotate to the right now. He just cuts off to the right, picks up pads, and loops around behind Snowy now to take this. That's what should happen. And now he's in we're in each other's way and all this nonsense, right? That's a good save by Gareth. Like, you have to try to do something. It can be a little better, but I mean, considering the situation, like, it's really good, I think.
So the whole thing comes from here when you guys are trying to play up this left-hand side a little bit further.
It's just after this.
Okay. So here, you're playing first. You chip it up. Happy Meal does a good job to get up to this, and so now it's going to be cleared out. Both of you are out of this play, but you're there because you've just hit the ball here.
Yeah.
Darth is now cut in. Snowy should be able to make this, knowing that he can go from 50-50 with the man
Yes.
behind.
We've accounted for this just in our formation, right? We know there's going to be lots of times where they hit the ball, right? So the high percentage play is to keep Snowy behind there and Darth on the right, okay? So then that means if it so he's going to do now it's not going to be like a crazy big clear, but even if he does, it's going to Snowy, right? And then Snowy's going to be able to play it out to Darth. We switch up the side of the field and now it gets awkward for them, right? And that leaves me to demo, rotate, whatever, okay? But now, because Darth has pushed in, this is something that people, like when I'm trying to teach people also, like the way you play needs to be super cohesive to the team. Like you should, because of this game's fast-paced nature, you need to understand what is happening and what, without communicating a lot of the time. So if Darth postures in like this, he's making it confusing for Gareth because now Gareth doesn't know, is he going to jump or try? Is he just faking? What is he doing? Like he doesn't know. That's also why you don't want to rotate down same side of the ball, okay? Because when you are rushing behind the dude with the ball, your third player doesn't know, can I just drive? Is he going to hit it? What's going to happen? Is he going to demo it? Like, you understand? Like, there becomes 10 options instead of like 2.
And you can account
And
for 2
that's,
options. You can choose the best and
yeah,
most dangerous version, or
exactly. And then when you start throwing all this other nonsense, it gets really, really hard to read the game. And that's why you want to remove yourself completely from the play. Because also, if you do, so let's say Darth isn't actually going for this ball, but he's rotated this side. Gareth doesn't know that. Where if Darth turned to the right as a rotation, Gareth can literally see, I have removed myself from the play. I'm nowhere near it. It's your ball, right? Without saying one word. But his body language now, it's not sure. Even if he was 100% just rotating, right? He doesn't, Gareth cannot tell, Snowy cannot tell what is happening
and that
off
changes the
his
3
body
seconds
language.
time decision for Snowy, because if Darth is very clearly out and going
Yes.
backwards, then Snowy goes, okay, the next 50-50 is mine.
Mm-hmm.
If Snowy's going, Darth is actually still up there, it means that his follow-up play, his can I go for this, becomes hampered because he's going, no, I'm third man back. It's my job to stay here for any long balls that clear. Darth isn't there to cover it. If I mess
Yep.
up, we're stuffed.
Yeah, exactly. And another thing that happens now, because this ball generally is supposed to be Snow's ball, right? So what does that mean? He can play at his pace, his speed, whatever he wants. When Darth moves inside like this, it starts creating a stutter step behind him. So now he's going to stop, kill his own momentum. It's going to stop Gareth behind him, kill his momentum. Now we have to rush back and it gets weird. So we don't keep the flow and the rotation very nice. I mean, if you play, you will see exactly what
Yeah.
happens. Like, look, they're going to have to slow. And that's why they're going to hit it past him.
And I mean, if you look at this, this is where
Look there.
this
Look, now
goal
we slow.
becomes orange goals from the passing plays. Here, you have to make Darth has to push it to the side, but everyone else is still busy rotating backwards. You can't make a shot. Snowy doesn't manage to clear it out. Now you guys have to try and double commit to try and make this. In fact, all 3 of you commit to the corner.
Yes,
This whole
exactly.
play,
Look how
this
we're
whole
weaving.
structured thing from Orange has been built up by the fact that you guys are still panicking from being in the wrong position earlier.
I mean, I wouldn't say like this isn't where we panicking necessarily, but we are disorganized.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
when you're
So
not making the plays that you want to, when you're not making the clean clears that you wanted to be able to do it and build up something yourself, you're not happy with the state of the game at that second.
I mean, but look, we done so good. Like in general, like this team has been so good when it comes to recuperating and recovering. Like, I mean, we've done. There was that like 30 seconds of passage or whatever it is, where we were disorganized. But I mean, we did reset.
It's just little things like that that can sometimes turn into a negative opportunity where you let in a goal or something like that. But it's
This is
100%
a
right.
goal,
Can
probably.
you? Yeah, this is a very unfortunate one. It's just unfortunate at that stage when you do let it go. But being able to shake it off, whether it was a goal or not, is very, very important. So can you go from one game to the next? Can you go from one goal and just be like, okay, that sucked. We played this 10 seconds badly. It doesn't
A
mean we
mistake,
can't
by the
take
way.
this. There's a mistake.
Yeah. Gareth is our third man. Okay. So me and Darth and I have done this. He should not jump this.
I mean,
Even
you say he's the third man, and you've talked about it the whole time. This is the position center for Darth. You're first man up on the wall. Technically, Snowy should be.
no, I mean it rotates. I'm just saying when I'm talking about that position there on the wall that you're thinking of now. Sorry, I should probably like clarify because I mean obviously we don't all have the set, but that's when we are pushing up, right? It's different when now we're in defense or what. Like we're not pushing up the side anymore. I'm saying that V formation is when we are coming from our net to their net to
Yeah.
mount an attack, right? This is the attack already started now, so it's like improv now, right? So um yeah, so here, look, if you stop right now, look at this. Even if Gareth beats this guy, what's gonna happen? Let's say Happy Meal can't beat him or 50 him or whatever. What is Gareth gonna
He
actually do?
pops it to the center, and no one's there to take a shot because you and
No,
Darth are both stuck in their goals.
and they counter. They just counter, right? So from this position, as a third player, his sole job is to slow down the gameplay. That's it. And jumping for it and attacking does not slow down the gameplay. He needs to give us time to recover. And maybe, I mean, also, you see, like, even for me now, if I think, okay, he's got different mechanics to me, so stuff he can do is different to what I could do. So maybe he was going to try jump, catch it on the wall, buy time that way, and go slow on the wall or something, right? But it's not the safe option at all. Okay.
It's not the high
Um,
percentage play that you need, and that when you got three guys like this right behind the ball, you need something that's going to come out pretty consistently.
Yeah, and I think also maybe the time and the goal situation that also affects how we play. So maybe we made a call at 1 minute, we have to be ultra aggressive, like come we need to try equalize now. Like like in ice hockey they pull the goalkeeper and they're just like fuck it, no defense, we take an
Yeah,
extra skater, like a scorer, right? And you just have to like they pull the puck keeper. So that's pretty much that happens. We do that too, where we just like, okay, we're going for the tie or we lose anyway.
yeah.
Like,
Losing by
so
one goal or losing by three doesn't actually make a difference. You got
yeah,
to just go full on aggression.
exactly.
Yeah,
So
and
yeah,
that's what you
so
guys
I
do.
mean, he tried.
He jumps up, and this is a good clear, and then the little pinch down the long side of the field is. You guys were all committed to the attack. It didn't come out as he was hoping, and turns to a goal. And then you just get under a lot of pressure for the last 30, 40 seconds.
Yeah, I think also in like tournaments like this, it's hard. People don't realize when you are expected to win, which has been the case for us forever. Like, there's so much. If these guys do well, it's amazing. Everyone wants them to do well. Everyone likes the underdog story every single time. If they win, congrats, amazing, nice, you've done good. If we lose, it's not like congrats, they did amazing. It's how can you guys do this or whatever, right?
Fair
Um,
enough.
and I mean, we put this pressure on ourselves as well. But we are expected to win, which is wrong. It shouldn't be. It's not actually like that. I mean, on a good day, anyone in this game that is within the same bracket as someone else in skill level can take a game off anyone else. Um, and that's why there's so much. I mean, why I have so much respect for teams like BDS and Dignitas back in the day and Standard Gaming and stuff because people literally are gunning for them 24/7. Like as the top person, you can't sit and study all these other guys and be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay, we're gonna figure out how to play against them." Where they are literally like, "Okay, we just, all eyes on the number one, and they come for you."
Yeah.
So it's really hard, and there's just so much more pressure on us because I mean, I don't know, like they've already I mean, I'm sure they wanted to win or whatever, but making it to the finals is a huge thing for them already.
Oh yeah.
Where for us, we're just supposed to win. Like that's just written. Like we're supposed to win, um, which is ridiculous. And it just puts so much more pressure on us. But that's why I mean I mentioned again like it's so I was super proud of my team that no one was like I mean, we like, oh shit, I fucked up or I messed up or whatever. But no one was like, you know, depressed or like playing weird or getting angry or frustrated or whatever. We're just like, okay, cool guys. We're just taking game five. Go back to the fundamentals, just go back to the basics, just like focus up and we just play. And every single game five we came through big.
Oh,
I mean,
100%.
which
And do you think it's that mentality of your team of zero toxicity? We're here to do this together. It's not one person letting us down. It's the team needs to do this or fix this problem or rally in the next game or focus a little bit
yeah,
more.
I mean, it's really good to have a team that's focused on like it's not one person's fault necessarily. It's we play together, we win together. That's just we lose together, we win together. Like that's just how it is.
I
But
like that.
if you what was that other
Yeah.
thing? Oh, that's what I wanted to say. The pressure reverses for them now, by the way. This is also what I find interesting because now initially there's no pressure because they're just playing they're supposed to lose, right? But when they get to game fives, I reckon they're like, oh, we can actually do this. And now the pressure sets in because now they have to play like amazing. And
Oh
I
yeah.
think that's where we don't really change that much. It's just for us, we like, okay, we do what we have to do. We're gonna play it like it just another game five. We just go, we do our game, we play.
And
And I
every
think
caster is backing them right now. Every caster is saying they can do
every
this.
single
Everyone
person in
in the
chat,
chat is saying they can do this.
fuck
And
off.
let's be honest. Let's look at this in context.
Uh,
This was a bracket reset. Like they had to win this, and they were supposed to win this. They had to give us the drama. They had to live up to the
mhm.
script that was written to take it to a bracket reset, and then the pressure would be really on. So like this is a can't lose in every sense of the word for them. Whereas you guys are just like you actually have the full confidence behind you of going. You know what? We're going to play as well as we can, but if we lose, we know that we can win the next best of five as well. And everyone else has always said we can win the next best of five as
Yeah.
well. So,
You know what with that though? I think for certain teams like it's actually over when they lose their first best of five. Like for certain teams, because I mean again I go back to my team's mentality. We have a very strong mentality. Like no one is breaking or like oh whatever like getting mad or depressed or what like a lot of teams you can literally see like once they lose that first bracket they just gone like
they start
they
playing
can't
solo plays, and they like one guy starts trying to air dribble, and he's like, "Bro, you gotta
mm,
pass right there. Like,
crumble.
why not play the better play instead of trying to win the game yourself for your team and be the hero?"
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which you can
All right, let's see
roll
what
this one.
happens in game five. This is where you say your team comes alive, and most teams
They're
really
gonna
struggle.
they're going to crumble. Watch them. I'm telling you now. They made so many bad mistakes in this game.
Okay, so let's see where these problems come in. And T, nice pop out. Werty comes up aggressively. That's okay. Happy Meal puts a nice long shot. Defended by Snowy. Still feeling each other out here. Touched by you. Werty pushes it up. Happy Meal's a little bit caught out here on this side.
Mm. He specifically, by the way, was like the high of this team
Oh
and
yeah.
then the low. Like the games they really struggled, he did not perform. And in the games they did really well, he like performed insane. Like I feel like MT and Word2 were very consistent, which is also really good in its own right.
I mean, let's
Um,
remember, Happy Meal was the top scorer in the tournament. He came out as the MVP, if I'm not mistaken,
he
according to
also
the official
played
stats.
more games.
Yes, that does count. But when you play more games and you're still doing stuff in most of them, that's how you get to the point. But like your
Mm.
point stands. That
They need
if you're
to
relying
do
on one player,
averages. That's what they have to do.
what for like a whole
That's
team
whenever
or
you talk
per
about like
games.
the top goal scorer or whatever, it needs to be based on the average goals they score because there's the perfect shot, by the way. Go back.
All right. So let's.
Look from Werty's perspective. If you slow this down, I've, I genuinely believe if we did this shot 1,000 times, I will come out on top, uh, more often than not. I could have still saved it by doing a double jump instead of flipping, but I actually covered this net so well, so that's why I say props to him. This shot is literally perfect. It's so close, like you have no idea. Like I say, if I double jump, I can save it, but like generally, you know, I mean, it was just such a good shot. I mean, maybe it doesn't look like much, but if you know how well I was covering that goal, like if he did a terrible shot, maybe it goes in because it rolls under me or something ridiculous again.
But he actually
But
shoots it behind your backside there.
he does it so and over me. Like it's literally this tiny little thing. Oh, they got smashed on this people. They were crying. I already know because they just like it's the hype and here's the shutdown, dude.
Okay, wait.
Right here.
Okay. Oof.
He's dead. Full volley ball.
One touch each from your players on your team there to get this goal.
Oh, there's nothing he can do. He's flat-footed. He's facing wrong.
Darth gets the pinch. Empty goes for the boost, and so he can't cover the shot against it. And Happy Meal stands.
Put this behind him. He can't do anything. Like honestly, like it's too fast to be able to backflip or something. Like,
and let's be fair, like that is an amazing way to turn around the momentum when they've just scored a very difficult goal, like one that they've had to really work for, and then you come back and get it straight away off the kickoff.
Yeah, I think this was one of. I mean, I think Darth played the best on our team for the majority of the stuff, but the super important goals were almost all scored by me. So when it really mattered, like that one, so. I think our team, we like acknowledge, like, you know, we all did what was necessary. It's just a demo.
That should have maybe been a goal there. Like they did all the work. Yeah, Snowy's up. You haven't managed to rotate back yet. You actually cut in for that challenge and empty to Happy Meal. How far away was that from Happy Meal? I gotta check.
There's another shot that he messes up really bad. Maybe he can't get this, but... Or he could have turned right, actually. If he turned right, he scores this.
Yeah. Even if he just stops, kind of thing. If he stops here... Hang on.
He's going very fast. I think he has to keep driving.
So he lands pretty hard there. So if he slides out, power drifts his car to the right. There.
I think the ball only gets hit about now.
But
Can you look at where the ball is? Yeah. So he's turning to rotate back, and then he's like, oh, it's been hit.
Tough shot. Very difficult. I'm sure they would have oh, that could have been nice if Werty managed to get that. But again, you know, you're looking for an upper 90 shot. You can't just be like, oh, shoot better. It's a little harder than just get the perfect shot. Come on.
Yeah, you see, there's an example of like exactly if he didn't shoot that perfect, that's what happened. That's why that other shot is so good. He literally hit it perfect. Like, I can't even tell you. Like, it was really good.
It's a nice pass to Snow. Snow, I would have liked to have seen that off the backboard if he could have. You know, if you can shoot it straight down the center.
Passed it too shit. It was too close to me. If I hit it harder, it like opens his angle. But because I've hit it soft, he has to drive towards me and face the wall. Like his angle closes as he comes closer to me. So if I hit it harder, it opens the angle and then he can probably do something like that. So me and Darth are just headbutting each other real quick. Darth does an insane pass somewhere also. I don't know if it's this game.
It's a nice touch, that.
Yeah.
That bump on you was unfortunate too. Slow down. And I like the pressure that you guys are putting on at that stage. Like there, you actually made them double commit to a save just because you're like, I'm in the right spot. I'm just going to force a shot here. And they're going to have to react to it. Even though it's not a almost certain going to go in kind of thing. It's not one of those clear goals. It makes so much pressure, and then that's the pass. Oh, there's the pass. Okay, we got to go back and watch this thing.
It's quite funny. I was playing with a friend last night, like a plat friend, and he did this exact same pass. So me and Gareth were laughing about it. I said, Darth is pulling off plat passes in IWO. I mean, he did the same thing. The guy fell on it and like passed a perfect mid. I mean, he does this on purpose, obviously. The player did.
Just goes behind words. He sees empty is in the goal. So, like, most people would have actually just gone for the pinch shot here. Like, Darth had a pretty decent opportunity here.
Let's see.
There? But he sees
I
empty.
think, you know what, when our team is good, like the communication's very good. He was well aware I was mid. And Darth likes to pass. If you didn't know. Little fun fact. Darth likes passing. So, I probably called mid and he made a conscious effort. And now they're just done. You see, they're crumbling now. I mean, this is a terrible shot. I mean...
He pulls all three of them out there. Look at them. Not a single person's in goals is able to jump towards him. Happy Meal and Empty are both now facing the wrong direction. Werty is busy flipping back to net. And, like, to pull off a ceiling shot like this is still pretty good, but that's what you need to be able to do if you're playing at the high levels.
But, I mean, take out the ceiling and all that nonsense. Just look at the actual shot. It's not very good. They've saved much better stuff than this. You see what you see? It's on the floor. It's like in between them. Like this is where I'm saying they just start crumbling. Like they're just making mistakes now.
I mean, they're all in here now.
Empty could have rotated back. I don't know why they all turned here. Like, why are they not covering the net?
It's almost like they didn't expect that extra touch to come off of him.
I'm pretty sure they know Darth can do this stuff. I mean, if they saw me on the wall, okay, sure. It's like, okay, it's not coming. Sure, I believe that read. There's no ways you tell me you don't think Darth is getting that.
It's a nice shot there from Snow. Maybe a little bit higher, but interesting pass backwards there from Darth. Is that just a mistouch?
I think it's a mistouch, yeah.
Ooh, making it hard.
That's fine. We're not very worried at this point. I mean, we pretty much the game's in the bag. It's our game to lose. I mean, they really don't score that much. The only time they score a lot is when we've like, okay, cool, go next or whatever, and then we're losing like 2 goals down already or whatever. Then you'll see like the 4-1s. I mean, even the MLGC people did that to us, but I mean, then we just whatever, just reset, take the rest of the game, just like try have fun, reset your mentality, and we come next game harder. This is a good save.
It's a good save by NT.
Yeah. Check this. Darth is literally playing with him. Did you see that?
Yeah, that little air pop.
Yeah. He faked the big hits and then he just wasted time.
That's all he has to do.
This is, I mean, but as soon as we had the 2 goals, we made a conscious effort to just waste time, like, and then I mean we try there, right? If the opportunity presents, we try. But yeah, there we go. It's over. You see how they all posted back there.
Well played though. Like in general. So looking at these 5 replays, what would you say the general things your team needs to work on? Is it keeping your structure a little bit more when you're doing those set plays, that pushing up from your goals, watching out for overcommitting in third man back?
We don't read much into this. It's just really just one of those days. We just had one of our worst days. I mean, if you take us on an average day, we better. We're just better. Like there's no.
You're cleaner on your shots.
We can't read. Yeah, exactly. I mean, for the most part, like we had so many goals that weren't goals. We just like missed. Like our positioning was bad. It was just a bad day, man. Like sometimes you just gotta write that stuff off. I mean, if we go and we play, if we played the next day against this team, like completely different story. Like I mean, we just played badly, and I don't know what it was. I don't know. Maybe there was nerves. I mean, it didn't seem like our team was nervous, but I mean, it's quite a lot of money we played for.
Yeah.
Our reputation's on the line always. I mean, there is always pressure. I mean, I couldn't necessarily see that it's affecting a player necessarily. But yeah, I don't know. As a team, we decide we're not reading too much into this. It just is what it is. I mean, we played these guys. I mean, there were some people even in the chat, oh, you only won because you got the DC in game 1, and it's like, well, we beat them in upper bracket, no DC. We've beat them in 1,000 scrims, like every single scrim type thing. Maybe 1% we've lost. you know,
I mean, you guys
it's
have come
just
through every LAN and every competition. You guys have basically
yeah.
won
I mean,
the last few years. How are you feeling
well,
about now the qualifiers? You guys are obviously going to be playing on a big ping disadvantage, which is a problem.
we're just gonna have fun here. I mean, there's nothing we can do. Those guys are just, I mean, a lot of them are just better, and then
Mm.
we're gonna play at disadvantage, so we just lose. I mean, what can we do? We're gonna try, obviously, but we're gonna just go and have fun.
It's a
I
nice
mean,
opportunity for you.
if we take any games, like that's gonna be really good for us. But what is nice is it is a switch. So we're gonna go from being the best the whole time to being the worst,
Mm.
right?
And that's when
Which
you
is
start
really,
learning
really
things.
nice.
That's when you start going, oh, I can't
Yeah.
get away with that at this stage, or maybe they're playing a little bit faster than we are expecting to, and it makes you have to play in a different style than you're expecting. And I feel like that's how you grow. Is when you are the best and you can get away with the same trick 700 times. There's no need to ever learn new tricks or
No.
new techniques or
Mm-hmm.
new
It's true.
mentalities.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we just go take it and we play and we have fun, I reckon. I think we're just gonna do that. I mean, even like a lot of those teams, even if you look at like the weaker regions, like they're still really good teams. Like they're really good. So yeah, I don't know.
I'm just looking forward to seeing what you guys can do at the big stage. Good luck to you and your team.
Thanks.